Hey you all, welcome to Pearls of Eden. Happy Freedom Friday, and we're going to jump into current news. Yes, Kamala Harris is straight off of the runway out of Air Force One. She steps down the staircase, lacking. There's some things lacking there, but there's a lot lacking. But she goes and she meets the reporters at the nice podium that's set up for her to take questions, because she's going to close this race out with a strong argument about why you should vote for her. Take a look.
We are in the closing days of this campaign, and Donald Trump and I have been presenting our closing arguments to the American people. As you've heard me say many times, my pledge to the American people is to pursue common sense solutions.
Wait a minute. Did she just say that her pledge to the people has been to present common sense solutions to the issues? Y'all, I'm telling you, the devil and his children, they are the same. They are definitely identifying with their father, Satan, who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and comes up with no creative ideas on their own, just simply copies what is and takes it for themselves. This is unbelievable. She knows good and well Donald Trump has been running his campaign off of common sense. And now she's going to take everything. She takes everything and tries to present it. She has to think that the American people are just plain old stupid. She must think the IQ of most people, well, that's not nice. You know what? And if we don't have nothing nice to say, we're just going to have to not say it at all. Not say it at all. Let's keep watching.
Donald Trump's closing argument is very different. He pits Americans against one another. He spends full time having Americans point their fingers at one another. And he spends a considerable amount of time plotting his revenge on his political opponents.
Now, what's interesting is Kamala states that she is going to be the party of unity, and how Donald Trump, all he does is create division. But instead of using this opportunity to talk about her policies, other than my body, my choice, reproduction rights, because she's going to cover that, right? But instead of further engaging with the public to use this opportunity to her voters, why she deserves a promotion, what is she going to do for America to change our dire situation? How is she going to help the economy? What is she going to do to secure the borders? What does she talk about? Keep listening.
As of last night, just to add more, he has indicated that the person who will be in charge of health care for the American people is someone who has routinely promoted junk science and crazy conspiracy theories.
Junk science. What junk science could she possibly... Oh, the cocoa. You mean the one that all the studies have come out and it has had so many adverse effects and caused so many untimely... That's what you're talking about? You mean where people are lined up, surrounded in protest at Iser in Paris because of the cocoa and being deceived and lied to? You mean that junk science RFK wants to disprove? Yeah. Keep watching.
Expressed support for a national abortion ban, and who is the exact last person in America who should be setting health care policy for America's families and children. And then, even worse, he has increased his violent rhetoric, Donald Trump has, about political opponents, and great detail, suggested rifles should be trained on former Representative Liz Cheney. This must be disqualifying. Anyone who wants to be president of the United States who uses that kind of violent rhetoric is clearly disqualified and unqualified to be president. Representative Cheney is a true patriot who has shown extraordinary courage in putting country above party.
Oh, Kamala. The only person that's life has been on the line and who has decided to stand and fight even when he was shocked is Donald J. Trump. None of your lives have been in jeopardy. You all have gotten the great cruise pass. Nothing has come at you to threaten you or to even make you feel like you were somehow in harm's way. So please stop. Donald J. Trump is the only one who has been attacked personally. He's been lied on. From the moment he stepped in that White House, it's been Russia. It's been impeachment. It's been, let's tap into his money. Let's try to bankrupt him. It's been, let's, try to bring up these fake lawfare charges. It's been, let's attack him from every side and every angle. It's been like, let's take his life type of stuff, right? 2 assassination attempts. And sadly, it's not over. Yet he still rises to the occasion. The audacity of this woman and Liz Cheney. These people have not had to fear their life one day. There has not been an attack on their character, their livelihood, their lives. But they're afraid. They're afraid because they know that Donald J. Trump is true to his word and he's going to drain the swamp. And they're part of that swamp. All these scoundrels that are associated with P. Diddy, they too are a part of the swamp. And they're afraid of what Donald Trump will reveal. So let's keep watching. But the audacity of these people. I hope he drains the swamp. We're ready for it. I think they're so out of touch. They don't understand the American people want Donald J. Trump to drain the swamp. Maybe they didn't understand what he was talking about in 2016, but it's 2024. And the gig is up. And they understand very well. And Kamala, they want to see who is on that list.
Trump is increasingly, however, someone who considers his political opponents the enemy, is permanently out for revenge, and is increasingly unstable and unhinged. His enemies list has grown longer, his rhetoric has grown more extreme, and he is even less focused than before on the needs and the concerns and the challenges facing the American people. I have also thought a lot about what this means in terms of our standing in the world. As Vice President, I have represented the United States of America around the world. And what I know is that when we walk in those rooms representing the United States of America, we have the earned and self-appointed authority to then talk about the importance of democracy, the importance of rule of law. And as a result, people around the world who are fighting for freedom and opportunity hold us up as a model. America deserves better than what Donald Trump is offering. America deserves a president who understands our role and responsibility to our people and to the rest of the world to be a model.
So, can you tell me what you have to offer besides death and destruction on a platter? Because the only policy we've heard you stand on business about is my body, my choice, reproduction rights, which is just a glorified way of murdering babies. That's all that it is. That's all she's doing. That's all she's out here. Well, no, I'm so sorry. She's also promoting the right for the youth children to be able to have gender reassignments. Oh, wait a minute. She's also fighting with Tim Walz for the right for boys to have tampons in the bathrooms. So that's what she's standing on. Otherwise, we don't know where she stands with foreign policy. We don't know how she's going to fix inflation. We don't know what she's going to do. Even though she's the border Caesar, we don't know how she's going to secure these borders because she has not given us a real plan. But yet she has the time in her closing argument to the people to talk about Donald Trump this entire time and point the finger at him as being divisive when she's made her this is what I'm telling you all, gaslighting the people. They do it day and night, hoping that you wouldn't be the wiser. Everything they say he is guilty of, they truly are the ones who have executed and are still devising these wicked plans, but it's going to fail. It will fall for all to see. Incredible. Keep watching.
So I'll end with this. Voters are making their decisions. Many have voted, but there are still those who are making a decision about who they'll vote for. And what I offer is I ask folks to, among the many issues before you, just consider who's going to be sitting in the Oval Office on January 20th. Either you're going to have Donald Trump there, who will be stewing over his enemies list, or I will be there working hard on your behalf on my to-do list.
Child, give me Donald Trump for 500. I want to see the enemy list that he's stewing over. And as far as your to-do list, child, get somebody else to do it is on the top of it. No, I'm serious. She's got it in bold print. Get somebody else to do it. That is on the top of her to-do list. No, thank you.
That is the choice among many that is at stake in this election, and I would be proud to earn the vote of the American people, and I do intend to win. With that, I'll take any questions.
Here, AP. Have you had a chance to talk to 𝔼𝕋𝔸𝕀𝕃? And effectively, are you concerned about her general security and considering the situation and how tense things are? Do you think that the government or the administration comes from a provider with security in this situation?
So I've not talked to him since this comment was made, but I will tell you, I know Liz Cheney well enough to know that she is tough, she is incredibly courageous, and has shown herself to be a true patriot at a very difficult time in our country. Where, to your point, we see this kind of rhetoric that is violent in nature, where we see this kind of spirit coming from Donald Trump that is so laden with this desire for revenge and retribution. And Liz Cheney is a tough person. She is an incredible American, and I have an incredible amount of respect for her.
Are you worried about her safety?
I think that Liz Cheney is courageous, and that we will always make sure that we are all fighting against and speaking out against any form of political violence.
Thank you. My question, you spoke about early voting. What is your assessment? What is the data that you're seeing across the ballot?
I'm seeing the folks who are showing up at the various places where we are inviting people to come and talk with us, and where we are talking about the issues at stake, and I'm seeing an incredible amount of enthusiasm from people of every walk of life, every generation, from our first-time voters to folks who are seniors and have a lot of stake on issues like Social Security and Medicare. And what I am enjoying about this moment most is that in spite of how my opponent spends full time trying to divide the American people, what I am seeing is people coming together under one roof who seemingly have nothing in common and know they have everything in common. And I
Now, I just find it ironic that she points the finger about division, but she proceeds to continue to talk about how Donald Trump is this and what he's not, and how he's going to, go into the White House and he's got an enemies list and he can't wait to target everyone and bring divine justice. Yeah, I think many of us can't wait for that moment, Kamala Harris, because see, everyone that you've escorted out onto the stage has been a part of this big scandal. You all know the P. Diddy files, the P. Diddy list. Every last person you've brought out on the stage has been connected to his scandalous, devious ways. Why should we listen to someone of that caliber so that we can get more of the same? I don't think so. The people are waking up, Kamala, and they don't want anything to do with your word salad and all of these deviants that you are perpetrating out onto the people on your rallies stage. No, we don't want any of that. Okay? The people are speaking loudly that the gig is up. So she takes her time to further give us word salad. And I know it's kind of hard to hear all the word salad with the jet engines blowing behind her, but you're not missing much because, let's be honest, the jet engines make more sense than Kamala. But let's keep listening.
Encouraged by a lot more women showing up in Pennsylvania, a lot of Democratic women, first-time voters.
Women, men, folks of every background are showing up.
But you've had quite a lot of interruptions during your speeches recently, a lot of pro-Gaza protesters, and you certainly have spoken about democracy and responding to them. Do you think that you need to say a little bit more about the Middle East conflict, or about what you would do to try to satisfy them? And are you concerned at all about how you'll do in college towns and in Michigan in particular with them? President Trump today is going to Dearborn, is going to a Palestinian restaurant. He's the second kind of Arab American restaurant he's gone to. He seems to be really trying to make a play for a group that is traditionally pretty democratic. Do you think he's done enough to reach these voters?
Well, I'm very proud to have significant amount of support from the Arab American community, both because of my position about what we need to do in Gaza and in the region to end the war and bring hostages home, and my commitment to a two-state solution. But also because within that community, there are many issues that challenge folks and that they want to hear about, including what we're going to do to make housing affordable.
Now hold on, stop, slow your roll. I know that was a lot for you to process. That was a two-step question, and when you're dealing with Kamala, you should have left it at a one-step question. And so now we are going from answering the question about foreign policy to digressing into territory about housing, and that's not what she asked you, Kamala. She asked you how you were going to further connect with the Arab community and the Gaza situation. What was your plan? And you offered us no more understanding than when you began. And we entered into word salad city and we got lost. And now we are entering into an area, unknown territory. We didn't even ask you about this.
What we're going to do to bring down the cost of groceries. What we're going to do to invest in small business. I have a plan for all of those things, and that is something that resonates within that community and with all Americans.
Different voters who say that they're going to want to show the administration that what they did, that the policy and the support for Israel is wrong, and are going to make a statement and that they don't care if Trump's the president. What would you tell them?
So there's a real contrast in this race. When you look at who stands for democracy and democratic principles and who does not, Donald Trump is talking about an enemy. He is talking about using the American military to turn on American citizens. He talks in a way that suggests that there should be retribution and severe consequences just because people disagree with him. My point is very clear. I believe in our democracy. Democracies are complicated. in a wonderful way because we like debate, we accept and receive differences of opinion, and we work them out. One of the reasons I am going to have a Republican in my cabinet is because I want different views. I enjoy and benefit from the diverse views from different perspectives that allow me then to make the best decisions I can make. That's a big difference between me and Donald Trump. And that's the big difference between someone who truly is a leader and someone who's in it for themselves and wants unchecked power. Thank you. Thank you all.
Well, on that note, we'll leave it right there. I thank you for watching. You all, if you haven't caught up on some of the latest uploads that I have shared, you've got to check out. I would say number one to check out today is the prophetic teaching. What did I title it as? I think I titled it as Fire and Rain, the Glory. It was a prophetic release. I'll try to link it up here so that you all can check that out because you need to watch it. It will bless your socks off. And yeah, so you all have a beautiful weekend. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being a part of the community. And I love reading your comments. So thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I don't take you for granted. I am very grateful for you. Love you to life. Bye.